Alright, today what we're going to talk about is things that you could do to get rid of the creases on your shoes. Alright, I got these Air Force Ones. They're in bad shape. I bought them at the thrift store. They look... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's not just the creasing on it that's bad. Actually, that's probably the easiest thing on it. What you can do is there's quite a few ways you can do it. I mean, some of them do help. Some of them's not the end all be all big thing for the shoes. So this is one of the first ones, and it works really well. And it's just called a shoe tree. The thing about these is it helps it, and it comes back after using it. So you can use that one. That's a very decent one. That's one that everybody uses regular. You can get one from off Amazon, Walmart, or wherever you need to. Yeah. And we got one of the old ones. It splits apart when you put it in it. It's supposed to tighten it. It's mostly used for fancy shoes, like what is the name brands, and I don't know, it's just like your type of shoes that you will wear to church. Those tight shoes, the real good name brands, not like Nike's, which is a good name brand, but I'm talking about like old school shoes that you wore when you went to church, or when you're going to a special occasion or a dance or whatever, stuff like that. Now we also got this kind, and it basically does the same thing as this, but it's a little wider. You can get bigger ones, smaller ones, all depending on the size of your shoe. And these will still help with the creasing on the shoe. And here's a little bit of different one. There you got several forms of this. You can sit right there and take these little bumps, put it in the place to stretch out the shoe, so you can sit right there and have the shoe ready and stuff like that. And you can sit right there and twist this up, and what it does, it opens it up and puts pressure on the top of the shoe, so you can sit right there and it'll get rid of the creases. It'll stretch the leather out a little bit, so you can sit right there and have it not be as tight. So that's what this comes in for. You could take this, move it here, move it here, but the main, alright, like I said before, like you can take these bumps and sit right there and use it to stretch out the leather to the shoe. That way it can make it more comfortable, like if you get a tighter shoe or whatever. And you can sit right there and have that right there, and it'll also help get rid of the creases inside the shoe as well. But I don't like this kind. It's better to get the kind that's got the thing at the back so it can stretch it out. And these things are what comes in more handy and stuff like that, and it helps out with the shoe as much to stretch out and get rid of it. Or but once it gets it, it's got a thing on the back that holds up to it, but this is like a cheaper version. But what this does, it slides back, which means it ain't got nothing to push up onto it. So I wouldn't recommend getting this kind. I'd recommend finding the ones on Amazon that have the backing thing that'll tighten up to the shoe, and then you could sit right there and that would stretch the leather and pull out the creases and stuff like that. Or you can just put these in the shoes. Now you've seen me do a video of these. You just take these, you put the double sticky tied tape on it, and then you put them in the shoe. Okay. And what I would say about these is just sit right there, and they got the right side and the left side on them. What I would sit right there and say is use these. You can tell these have been used because the sticky tape is dirty and stuff like that. But these came in a pair of shoes that I had at the thrift store, and it's not the first time that happened, which is a pretty good thing. The thing is, they're a little thick, about that thick, about a quarter of an inch, maybe a third, maybe half an inch. But these work really good. They help keep the creases out of shoes and stuff like that. I got a pair of white Nikes Air Force Ones, not Air Force One, Jordans ones, all white, that I had, and they ain't got no creases in them. I was wondering why they came with these in them, and it works out pretty well. You can also sit right there. What I would do is, when I wear these, I would go up one extra size. See, I wear size 11s, so I would sit right there and go up to a size 12 with these. It makes it fit comfortably. It makes these tighter on your feet too, which I would sit right there and do it that way, because if you don't like the comfort level of these things, it will sit right there and make it really tight. It'll make the top of your feet hurt or something like that. Just be careful with it. Or you can go half a size depending on the size of your foot. Like mine, they're big feet. So, alright, let's head on to the next one. And these are the ones that I just got at the thrift store. These are ones that I've been wanting to get for a while and show off. And here we go. I got them on Goodwill for $3. Usually you can find them on Amazon for $9. Now, with these, are a little more expensive. I've seen a pair of these type go for $9, but I found them in the thrift for $3, so which was a good deal. And what they do is they got these lining things right in there, and basically what you want to do is, those lines are sitting right there. You can cut them to the size of your shoe. So say your shoe is too short, like this one would be, to put them in, and your feet ain't feeling it right, trim them down. That's why they got lines on it to show for it. Now these things may look a little flimsy to you, but they do hold up pretty well. So let's see. They look out of the pack. Alright. They're a little way sturdy right there because there's more of it. And imagine having leather and stuff on the side of it, and that means that the creases could come in there of the shoe. You can use these for Jordan 1s, and it's still got the airflow and stuff like that, and they're a little thinner. That's the one thing I like. And they got these things that catch on to the top to make it hold on to it, so that when it moves, it's not moving as much. So see, you could probably see them a lot better now. These would be, I guess these would be trimming lines in case let's say your foot pushes too far on this side. You could trim that off, and your toes can sit right through that, and it ain't bothering it as much. And you just trim that off if it's too high for your shoe, like kids' shoes or something like that. But these are ones that I've been wanting to get for a while because they look interesting. Don't get me wrong, I still like these ones because they both do the same thing, and these still work. But if you got this and this in combination, you won't have to worry about any creases in your shoes as much. But there is a couple of ways you can sit right there and take down your creases out of the shoe. There is the iron method, which I like to use this little one. Take like a t-shirt, an old t-shirt, put it on the top and iron it out. That works pretty well too. You can also sit right there and take a steamer and do the same thing. Got one right here to show off. Just give me 1 second. And I got a little steamer like this. Take the head off of it, pull it out, pour the water down into it, and you can use the steam from it. I'll be a little more careful with this one because the steam could possibly hit too much of the bottom of the shoe, and it could cause separation. So be careful with that, and you should be fine. Alright. The reason I did this video is there's some people that I know that don't know about these things that you can put in the shoe to help keep your shoes from creasing. I just hope that some of them see this video. This is just for like the average guy that doesn't know too much about shoes and doesn't really want their shoes to crease. Always want to keep them perfect, great, and look good. So these are all things you can sit right there and get that will help keep the creases in your shoes. If you find this video informative and you like it, like, subscribe, and hit that notification for every video I lay down. You'll see this one in another video again later. And I appreciate you for watching.